And the FAA are investigating another possible close call involving a commercial jetliner and a military aircraft.
A Delta regional plane operated by SkyWest Airlines had to take evasive action to avoid colliding with a B-52 bomber over North Dakota.
The Delta plane en route from Minneapolis-St. Paul to Minot, North Dakota, landed safely in Minot. The captain explaining to the passengers what had just happened.
Why it happened is the question tonight. Senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve is looking into it. Chris?
Well, at this point, we don't know how close these two airplanes were at their closest point, but it was close enough to seemingly startle the flight crew on board that regional jet into making a last-second turn. As this giant Air Force B-52 bomber was doing a flyover marking the start of the North Dakota State Fair Friday night, Delta Flight 3788 was on approach to land at the nearby Minot Airport. This video may show the moment when those pilots saw the bomber. You can see a plane here appearing to turn away from the B-52 moments before it flies over the fair's main stage. A passenger recorded the pilot's announcement after Flight 3788 eventually landed.
On the right-hand side, you probably saw the airplane kind of sort of coming at us. Looked over and saw the airplane that was kind of coming on a converging course with us. And so given his speed, it was a military, I don't know how fast they were going, but they were a lot faster than us. I felt it was the safest thing to do to turn behind it. So sorry about the aggressive maneuver. It caught me by surprise. This is not normal at all.
There were 80 people on board the regional jet from Minneapolis operated by SkyWest. That airline says the flight landed safely in Minot after being cleared for approach by the tower, but performing a go-around when another aircraft became visible in their flight path. The potential close call comes less than 6 months after an Army helicopter collided with an American Airlines regional jet near Washington, D.C., killing 67 people.
We have to protect the flying public.
Senator Maria Cantwell has introduced legislation aimed at improving safety between military and civilian aircraft.
We need a clear plan from both DOT and DOD that there is a flight path that is reserved for commercial flights, uninterrupted from military flights.
Chris, people might be wondering, why do close calls seem to be happening with military aircraft over and over again? What can be said about that?
Well, part of it is certainly we are paying a lot closer attention to it in the wake of that mid-air collision in D.C. But our data unit dug into 34 years worth of data and found about 1 in 4 instances of mid-air close calls involve at least one military aircraft. And that is, and they only amount for about 2% of the annual flight miles a year. So there does appear to be a pattern here.
And when are we going to learn, Chris, about, or what's the next step in the investigation of exactly what happened here?
Well, we understand the FAA and the Air Force are discussing now how to access all of the data they need. They need radar information from the Air Force. Ideally, you want the black boxes from both airplanes to review that in order to sort of piece together this jigsaw puzzle.
Okay, Chris Van Cleve, thanks so much.
President Trump just passed the 6-month mark in his second